In the age of kings and sages, on the banks of the sacred Ganga, there lived a noble ruler, King Shantanu of Hastinapura. He was known for his valor, wisdom, and fairness. One day, as he wandered near the river in quiet contemplation, he saw a divine woman emerging from the waters. Her beauty was ethereal, and her presence serene. She was none other than goddess Ganga, the celestial river in human form. Overwhelmed by her grace, King Shantanu was drawn to her with an intensity he could not resist. Without question, he asked her to become his queen. Ganga, silent and mysterious, agreed, but on one condition. Shantanu was never to question her actions, no matter what they may be. The king, lost in love, agreed without hesitation, unaware of the trials this promise would demand. In time, the two were married, and soon Ganga bore her first child. But to the king's horror, she took the newborn to the river and drowned the baby without remorse. Shantanu was shocked, yet bound by his promise. He said nothing. Again and again, this cycle repeated. Each time Ganga bore a child, she would gently carry the infant to the river and release it into the flowing waters, letting it vanish beneath the surface. The king's heart ached in silence as he watched 7 of his children perish. When the 8th child was born, and Ganga began to walk toward the river once more, Shantanu could no longer endure the pain. His emotions burst forth, and he stopped her, pleading to know why she would commit such a cruel act against their own children. At that moment, Ganga stopped and turned, no longer just a wife, but a goddess once more, revealing the truth behind her actions. She explained that the 8 sons were the 8 Vasus, celestial beings who had been cursed to be born as mortals due to a transgression against the great sage Vashistha. Ganga, moved by their plea for mercy, agreed to be their earthly mother and free them from their mortal life quickly. By drowning them at birth, she was in fact liberating them from human suffering and returning them to their divine realm. But the 8th Vasu had been the main instigator of the wrongdoing and was cursed to live a long human life. Because King Shantanu intervened, Ganga could no longer free this last child. Instead, she promised to raise him with care and wisdom. This child would go on to become Devavrata, later known as Bhishma, one of the greatest warriors and most revered figures in the Mahabharata. With that, Ganga disappeared with the infant, vowing to return him to Shantanu when he was ready. Devavrata would be trained by the greatest sages and warriors of the age, preparing for a destiny that would shape the fate of the Kuru dynasty. Thus began the tale of Bhishma, born of divine parents, bound by dharma, and destined to live a life of sacrifice and greatness. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mythology Medley. Click the bell icon for more such amazing mythological content.